Hi everyone. So I just wanted to stop in and give an update. Many of you know that I was scheduled for surgery yesterday to remove a tumor. And I wanted first just to thank you for your prayers. I had so many people reach out to me individually and let me know that they were praying for me. And I did feel those prayers, and I especially needed them. So I really do thank you for that. They were definitely felt, and I think had a very positive effect for me. Didn't quite get the news that we were hoping for. I really had hoped that I was going to have a one and done experience, that either she was going to go in and that tumor was going to be gone from all the prayers, or that the surgery would take care of it. It would just be a localized surgery. And my surgeon had initially indicated that she thought very strongly she could just go in, remove the tumor, and perhaps not even have to have any follow-up treatment. But when she went in there, she found, based on the geography of the tumor, both where it was located and the shape of it and the circumference of it, that she wasn't going to be able to do the surgery as scheduled, that she would need to abort the surgery and reschedule a bigger surgery where I will be resectioned. I'll have an ostomy, probably temporarily. So she canceled that. She basically told us that she was going to refer me for a endoscopy ultrasound, because where the tumor is, it's behind some scar tissue and behind kind of a ridge, and it didn't show up on the MRI because of the cage that I recently had put in my back for the fusion that I had. It was overshadowed by that. So when she got in there, it was just bigger than she expected, covered more surface area than she expected, and she wouldn't be able to do it without a resection. So they're going to go in, take a look at it, and see exactly how deep it is, which will determine whether I have to first have radiation before the surgery. So that's where we're at right now. I'm waiting to hear when that test is going to be scheduled. And then she'll schedule the larger surgery following, that determination whether I need to go through radiation or not. So a prayer point now is that I don't have to have that radiation. I'm not excited about getting that area fried. So for a lot of different reasons. So that would be a prayer point. But where I left off last time, I was talking about the Lord, asking the Lord to build my faith. And certainly you really need strong faith in a journey like this. And I know I'm not talking to people who don't already know a lot of that. Many of you have been through and are going through journeys of your own that require a lot of faith. And I talked about the story that I'd been reminded of the Israelites in the desert, and Caleb and Joshua, who were ready to take the land that had been occupied by giants. And I didn't really realize how significant that story is to me right now, because I certainly feel like I'm facing some giants. And I have to remember that my fear is contending with faith. And, well, probably the opposite. My faith is contending over fear. And fear is an emotion, but it's also a spirit. And your faith is needed to overcome that. And it's easy to focus on that report that I have, but it just reminds me of Revelation 12, where the dragon is rising up to steal away the promises that God has made. And that's what it feels like right now. And so I have to, have conversations with the Lord. Okay, Lord, I know that I need to rely on my faith right now. So the Lord tells us in Romans 10:17 that faith comes by hearing the word, and the word of God. So I have to know the word of God. I have to be able to call that up within me, and be rooted in the word. And the Bible describes the word of God as actually a sword. He refers to the word of God as a sword, both in Ephesians 6, 13 through 17, where he describes the armor of God, and one of those parts of the armor of God is the sword, which is the word of God. And also in Hebrews 4:12, it says, "For the word of God is sharper than a two-edged sword. It penetrates, even dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitude of the heart." So if I unpack that, I have to remember that, fear is an emotion, and faith overcomes fear. And so I have to take captive my thoughts to the Lord based on his word. And my faith is my roar. So it's part of battle. And the Lord tells us to take up our shield of faith so that we can extinguish all of the flaming arrows coming from the evil one. And that's in Ephesians 6:16. So my faith is a defensive type of weaponry, and my sword is an offensive type, on the offense type of weapon. And so I have to use the two of those together. And that's what the Lord's reminding me right now. And so it then goes back to that word that my friend gave me, that the word of God is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And he just continually tells me to stay rooted in his word. So while I have this report and it wasn't what I wanted to hear, I have to ask the Lord to give me the mind of Christ and to call upon the word that's in me that I know, and to stay rooted by reading the Bible, and he will speak to me through that, and not allow the enemy to steal my purpose, my future, to enjoy the things that the Lord has for me to enjoy by being constantly consumed with concern or worry. And it's easy to go there, and I, being transparent, won't say that I haven't gone there some, but he's been very gracious to me in reminding me to stay in his word, and when I do, he does encourage my heart. So that's pretty much where I am right now. That's the report for now, but I'm staying rooted in my faith, and see what the Lord has next, and I'll take it from there. So I appreciate your prayers that right now that I don't have to have the radiation, and that these tests can come quickly and the surgery can come quickly, because the tumor has advanced. from the last time that it was viewed. So we do want to make sure that, all barriers are removed so that this can be dealt with swiftly and quickly. And I just want to thank you again for all of your thoughts, your encouragement, your prayers, and just know that if you have a journey that you're on that I can pray for, please reach out to me individually and message me, and I will be faithful to do that. I know how much the prayers have meant for me, and so I just want to make sure that I offer that out to you as well. So thanks to everyone for coming along on the ride. Take care.